Hello folks, welcome to the silent menu screen for the Rue Valley demo. Rue Valley is an RPG similar in mechanics to Disco Elysium, from what I've been led to believe. And aside from it having sort of a contemporary setting, as evidenced by what we see on screen, and a comic book aesthetic, I don't really know what it's about. Um, I'm at the moment I'm on a bit of a self-imposed quest to seek out descendants of Disco Elysium, because while I played a good chunk of Disco Elysium, I didn't find it an entirely satisfying experience. But there are lots of things that I appreciate and admire about it, especially how it functions and I guess its intentions. So I'm hoping something else that's coming down the line might appeal to me a bit more. It may be Rue Valley, who knows? I have previously played a demo for Esoteric Ebb, which I found pretty intriguing. That's one that's hews more closely to 5th edition D&D in both its setting and how it applies its mechanics. That was pretty interesting. I had fun playing that one. There will be some videos for that. They'll probably come out after this, but it might be interesting to watch in comparison to this. The moment I'm recording on the 11th of November 2025, which is actually the release day for the full version of Rue Valley, not through any planning of my own, but basically because I couldn't get round to having a look at the demo any sooner. I am intrigued what's going to happen though, so let's press new game and we'll find out together. Oh, that was nice. And there's music. Here we go. Oh, this is a lot of information that's not necessarily laid out in a way that's easy for me to pass. But let's have a look. Define character personality. So character creation. So I guess it's this person, this bearded person, or maybe just unshaven person wearing a hoodie, is us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 personality points. We have sort of categories of decisional, social, and emotional. I'm not sure where do we put these things in. They go from right to left, which is no, okay. So they go from this right. Okay, it's a scale. So from impulsive to calculated, resolute is in the middle, and you build out these things from the center to the edges. I assume it's the same on all of these bars. Right, so decisional is impulsive through resolute, to calculated. Social is introverted through ambiverted. That's not a word I've ever read before. To extroverted. And then emotional is sensitive through mindful to indifferent. And I think, so if you're working out along this bar, you unlock traits by the looks of it. I'm not sure about this switch traits thing it says here. So, yeah, so if you're starting in the middle and you go a little way, you can be impatient or indecisive, you can be secretive or arrogant, you can be guilt-ridden or flat. It's an odd descriptor for a personality, but there we go. So what's it say under decisional here? You feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident. If only you could stay in this state of perfect focus. And then this one, you're neither introverted nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine, completely alone, as you do, surrounded by a huge crowd of people. And then emotional, you're aware of emotions and don't pretend they are not important, but you won't let them overwhelm you. Oh, I see. So kind of you start off in a perfectly balanced state of being, but you have to make things worse for yourself. I don't think it's too bad to be in... How many did we have? We had 9, didn't we? We're going to have to go... So, this unlocks impatient. Can I switch... Oh, interesting. You can just switch them around. Once you've unlocked one, you can switch them around. Okay. You can't go... Oh, yeah, you can't go in both directions, because that wouldn't make sense. I don't think it seems too negative to be impatient. Ambiverted. So you have to go quite far, yeah, in one direction or the other, don't you? I mean, if you're splitting the difference, then it's like 3. Oh, hang on, if we do like 3 here, can I switch to be awkward rather than secretive? That seems better. And then mindful, let's be sensitive and be dramatic rather than guilt-ridden. So that means I can just whack another one in impatient. Okay, so now we're sitting at, for decisional, being called quite impulsive is just another way of saying you're a doer, not a thinker. Yeah, definitely not a thinker. No. But then you have to be indecisive or paranoid if you are a thinker. Okay, so this is, I mean, this is playing into some of the stuff that I didn't, all the negative consequences I didn't really enjoy in Disco Elysium, particularly. Especially sort of inadvertent things that would come up in the course of play that were not negative choices that you had made, but they were an underlying characteristic of the character that the game had given you. Okay, so for social, you're quite introverted, but you still enjoy being in crowds sometimes. 2 could be considered a crowd, right? Yes, that's saying I don't like being in crowds, essentially, isn't it? Emotional, being a quite sensitive person, you see life as a struggle, especially when they tell you to just chill. Okay. Hold this button to wake up. Should we try that and see what happens? It's 8 p.m? Why are we waking at 8 p.m? Night shift. Oh no, it's just telling me what time it is. It looks like we're having a therapy or counselling session. Right, over here, up here it says, oh, are you doing something there? No. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfectly complements the image of the old motel room. Image? I mean, it's not an image of a... Do you mean the look of the old motel room? Oh, okay. That was not options. Total lack of motivation. Is this something that's been imposed on me? Hang on, what's all this? So these are our stats. Impatient, awkward, and dramatic. Yeah, sure, but why are there circles to the right here? What is anyway? What is this total lack of motivation? It's not that you don't want to do all sorts of things. It's more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Well, that's okay. That feels like the stories have sort of dumped that on us. So, good. Let's continue.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Okay, our name's Mr. Harrow, apparently. Okay, there's voice acting, so I might not have to do as much reading as I sometimes have to, so that's good. The doctor takes... No, I spoke too soon. The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows. His eyebrows were up against his glasses. As a glass wearer, I must admit that is not the usual state of things. Okay. Traits. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some options will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by that same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They're a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. Ah, but they feel bad though, don't they? I understand. I can nod to the question, am I still with them? Yes, you have my full attention. That would be a lie. I sort of spaced out. What was that again? It sounds like I did space out, so let's go with that. He smiles. Continue.
No worries, Mr. Harrow. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Yes, now and always. Set effects. Red ribbons on the character portrait show the status effects your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. Yep, okay, I understand. Continue. Oh, there's slight lack of motivation, more like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm not sure why the therapist is doing business from a motel room. That's...
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
great. Your personality is represented in this part of the screen. I had a look at that earlier, thank you. It shows your personality axis, what you defined during character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Several traits. Select hover over a trait to see what it is and what it does. I understand.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
That sounds exhausting. Oh. Silence befalls the room, a muffled clanging sound from outside, only making the moment more uncomfortable. I'll try, lie, blocked by dramatic, I'm fine. So I have to lie? Great. I'll try, lie.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm.
Me too. Continue.
However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
You'll allow a few questions? Okay. Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives? Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing. Why do we have to do this here in the middle of nowhere? Impatient, no questions. Get up. Okay, so is this the end of the hour? Is that what... Oh, because the alarm went off at the... Right, the 8 PM alarm went off. There's still daylight coming through? Okay. I want to know why we are in the middle of nowhere. That seems the most important thing.
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the clan's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles.
Ooh, I don't know. There's some red flags there, I think.
This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings.
Yeah, so I mean, this is telling me that the game's probably going to take place in a motel and environs. Okay, I mean, unless we're maybe a recovering addict or something, this seems quite extreme.
That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone. Yet.
Yet?
But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about everything in due time.
I don't think I would be here unless I was under a court order.
Any other questions?
Can't you simply state that I'm fine? Those ones we had before. Let's just get up. Impatient, trait, no, that's all. Get up. He glances at the clock. Almost too fast for you to notice. Almost.
All right then. That's it for today.
Right. Through the door. You hear the sound again. We could have asked about the sound, I suppose. Continue.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay, walk out. Oh, okay. It's a person banging a vending machine. Next to you is the source of clangs you heard from outside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine. The age-old story.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Okay. Run! Use the left mouse button to run. Well, I don't want to run, I want to talk to people.
Spit it out already.
I enjoyed the old classic Infinity Engine arrows in a circle to indicate a walking destination. So, my options are, could she be here for therapy as well? Oh, it just says she's pounding life out of the poor machine at the top there. I'm blocked by total lack of motivation to talk with her. Or I can leave. Let's ruminate on, could she be here for therapy as well? Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. But we have a total lack of motivation. Poor woman, she should consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Fink. He's called Dr. Fink as well. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. I kind of agree with number 2, let's go with that. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go? Well, if they're breaking the law, they should be sent to prison, obviously. There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Let's go for that one. So this is like our inner dialogue, I suppose. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help somehow. I mean, in clicking on her, my intention was to speak with her rather than myself. But that is, unfortunately, is blocked by total lack of motivation. So, oh yeah, we said, or is that too much to ask right now? Oh, okay, well that was worthwhile, wasn't it? Why would I want to run anyway?
Come on, you thief!
No. Okay, well this is going to be a fun game, I can tell already.
I'll break you open if I have to.
The machine wheezes in suffering, this ice machine. Okay. Can we highlight items with tab or alt or doesn't look like it.
Coffee, you jerk.
So, oh, there's a hose. Can we interact with this hose? It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. Very poetic. I guess we're supposed to go in the door here, aren't we? But we're not going to do that because we've played games before. We're gonna test our boundaries. Right. So this is the road. It's a bus stop. Oh, I can leave the area. Thank God for that. Okay. The sun still burns as bright as if it was in zenith. Its heat absorbed by asphalt. I mean, it probably doesn't if it's like this is probably the last showing of the sun. If it's 8 p.m. You won't get far without a car. Alright, number 1, blocked by total lack of motivation. Let's go for a walk. Number 2, stare at the road for a while. Number 3, leave. You know what? Well, let's indulge the dialogue for a little bit, shall we? We're staring at the road. A feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you. You can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. But even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare and wish for what could have become of the young man that you once were a long time ago. That was a fraught sentence, wasn't it? But all you can do, present tense, and wish for what could have become conditional of the young man that past tense. Excellent. I like 3 tenses in a sentence. Bus. Let's catch a bus. It was already late afternoon when you saw this sign for the first time, as the bus door opened and a wave of desert heat hit you in the face. With the other passengers of the almost empty bus remained seated, each lost in their own world. None of them paid any attention to you as you gathered your belongings and prepared to leave the bus. I remember an older woman. There was a young person with bright pink hair. The burly man with a thick beard left an impression for sure. I don't want to think about these people. Do I not want to think about these people? Okay, let's remember an older woman. I remember an older woman. Sitting in the back of the bus, her nose was buried in a book during the whole trip. Her wrinkled face was contorted in a look of intense concentration, as if she were trying to solve some complex puzzle. There was a young person with bright pink hair. They were scrolling through their phone with a bored expression, seemingly completely disinterested in their surroundings, as if they lacked any real connection to the outside world. The burly man with... Are all these people just a reflection of my own subjective experience, though? The burly man with a thick beard left an impression for sure. He was leaning against the window, staring out at the desolate landscape with a faraway look in his eyes. He seemed lost in thought, as if trying to make sense of something that had happened to him a long time ago. I don't want to think about these people. Oh, but we keep going, okay. And why would you? Even as you were disembarking from the bus, they meant nothing to you. But outside, next to the bus sign, Dr. Fink's smiling eyes were watching you, his brow dripping with sweat in the intense desert heat. How unpleasant. He was already analysing me, trying to think of anything he could use to keep me here as long as possible. Welcome to Rue Valley, he proclaimed, like some poorly written NPC from an outdated video game. I'm Dr. Fink, your therapist for the duration of your stay here. It all happened less than 2 hours ago, yet it feels like an eternity has passed since. Oh dear. Let's sit on the bench. Looks uncomfortable. We can't sit on the bench. I would... Oh, hello. Oh, tab does work. Okay. Didn't before. Right, so we can interact with these stairs. Oh wow, that is not the climb of someone who is suffering a total lack of motivation. Animators, get on that. Right, can we look at this weird sort of ritual compass point in the middle of this? We go interact with the doors. We interact with the fire. We can interact with room 6. I assume that's because that will be our room. The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. Try the knob. I think in video games you should always try the knob. You press the knob and push the door, half expecting it to work. I don't know if half expecting should be hyphenated there. Continue. It's locked. Try the knob again. Again, not the actions of a person suffering a total lack of motivation. Still locked. Leave. Oh. I cannot persist in this action. Okay, so far this is playing everything a lot more straight down the line than... oh, muffled voices. A lot more straight down the line than, say, the written tone of Disco Elysium. I like the 3D element of the... or pseudo 3D element of the telegraph pole. Right, let's have a look down here. Anything we can... So there's like a junction box here that we can have a look at. This transformer is buzzing softly. Like a drunken cicada. Right. Can I go down here? Cool. Oh, hang on, let's have a look at... Oh, right, so the Rue Valley motel is... That's right, fair enough. Free Wi-Fi, AC, phone, clean rooms, cable... So, hang on. Free Wi-Fi, AC, phone, clean rooms, cable TV, vending machine. Okay, cool. Oh, I think we're going to suffer a similar lack of motivation to walk off this way. Same thought as before. Setting off on foot would be as pointless as your dreams. You'll need a car to get anywhere. But I'm not... You know what? It's not... it's not feeling great to... oh, okay, double click to run. Fair enough. I'm not sure it's specifically said that. I'm not sure playing a character this depressed is particularly appealing to me right at this moment in time. There is a bin here. Plastic bottles, some empty, others half empty, a partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. I mean, that's a list, that's not a sentence. So, I mean, it's 2 lists. There we go. So good. Who needs verbs, right? Continue. There's more. Amid this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face, stomp on your distorted image in the puddle, smudge the reflection with your foot, just walk away. Cool. I wonder if that would be similar to the mirror moment at the start of Disco Elysium, which changes your character portrait. It's a bench. Does it look uncomfortable? Okay. Right, anything else? Oh, can I interact with the machine rather than the person?
I'll break you open if I have to.
Not coming any closer until the angry woman leaves. Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, you know what? I think the game's not left us anything else to do but head into the motel office. So let's do it. The transitions are nice. All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call. They have a phone in their hand, do they? Why are they holding it to their ears? Is it a landline? Is it a mobile? Okay, can I zoom in? No, I can't zoom in and out. Continue.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down.
Coral Destiny? Is that a corporation? She says to the person on the other end of the line. Okay, I'll play narrator. Social check. Oh, okay. So right, so this will be our first check. So that will be a good thing to see. Social. Which one's social? I mean, yeah, I don't quite. Okay, try to get her attention. Let's see how that works. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't not sure how that functioned there. I'm assuming there's some random number generation going on. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own. End the phone call and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. I mean, there's some on the stand there, but there aren't any on the desk. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. Continue. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care. Continue.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
She says to the person on the other side of the call. After a few dozens, I wonder if this is written by people whose first language isn't English. Because there's some odd wording going on. A few dozen anxiety-filled seconds, you finally realise she's not about to cut her call short just because you happen to show up. My only option is awkward. Move away from the reception desk and stop invading her personal space. Leave. Killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue. Oh, that's a feature I didn't enjoy about Disco Elysium, that must be said. So in order to wait until... So only dialogue? Do you count interacting with objects as dialogue? That's something I would like to know. So in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually you can do that with various items interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. I understand. Do we have an inventory? Because this is the main menu, right? Is there...
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
Okay, that's just going to go on in the background. Okay, escape does the same thing as the little burger menu. Right, let's look at stuff. What can we... Hang on. Tab.
Of course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead, we can't access reservations.
There's a window, a chair. Can't interact with anything interesting over
I
here.
know what I'm talking about.
There's...
Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
Sure, I'm going to have an interaction, so can you keep it down? A list of rules. You can't be bothered with that right now.
Survey. I want
There's...
the internet.
Thanks. There's no timer.
Hi, yes, Coral Destiny Antenna, Rue Valley Motel. Oh, case number? It's 6AUG27.
Okay, so I'm distracted by the dialogue that he's going on. I wonder if that clock keeps accurate time, like, within the game.
The tech said it'd be up by
Let's go in a comfy
noon
chair.
today, but it's 8 p.m. now.
Sit down. This chair looks very old, but sturdy. Sit down. A chair is not a bed, but let's be honest, it's better than standing. So blocked when patient, sit patiently doing nothing. Phone, must be your phone while you wait. Sure, standard. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen. This is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. It's a strange thing to say about a digital image. Play a quick match of casual protagonists. I'm assuming that's some kind of mobile game. Wait, scroll through your feed to kill some time, put the phone back into your pocket. Let's play some hyper-casual protagonists, find out if there are mini-games. Until she finishes the call. The first wave of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists appears on your phone screen. The video game sounds is very loud. Oh, they're so cute. Touch one of them. Oh, they're so cute. Very cute. One of them is wearing a top hat 2 times the size of his body. Another is sporting a goatee worthy of the campiest villain. Campus is fine. Touch one of them. You tap the one carrying a golden fork and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow tie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. I guess I'm supposed to squash them all. Sigh and continue squashing them. Right, time is passing. So there's no, yeah, what I was missing is there's no visual indication of screen on time. The clock did not move. As your mind spins around the absurdity of this game, and while your fingers roam aimlessly across the screen, a group of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists gather near the pile of boxes at the bottom of the screen. Tap the pile of boxes. Absolutely nothing happens. The little guys keep gathering around. Keep squashing them. As soon as you're about to get the one with the goatee, a slightly larger antagonist with a monocle and pocket watch enters the play area. Ignore the big gentleman and keep squashing the tiny ones. Tap on the big guy. Try to understand what's going on. I think we need to. Really. You stare at the bunch of random characters on the screen, but the sense of it all escapes you. Okay. Why are they gathering around that pile of boxes? Ignore the big gentleman. Tap on the big guy. You press your finger against the monocled watchman, maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and you almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold fat letters saying Temporal Disruption. What the hell is going on? Is my only option. The letters disappear and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. The antagonists gathered around the pile of boxes stand still in their weirdest poses. Look if there's anything different on the screen. Quit the game or tap somewhere. Let's look for something different. There is! A small timer at the edge of the screen is ticking down. Oh, maybe this is giving us some kind of interface. Ultimately, continue. And it's gone. The screen comes alive for a split second. The antagonists unfreeze and continue to antagonize the pile of boxes. And before you get the chance to do anything, the whole phone is covered in black. Continue. Out of the blackness, disappointing red letters appear. Continue. Protagonist defeated. Quit the game. Thank goodness, that music was quite oppressive. With a quick swipe and finger flick, the game is gone and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. Continue. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end. I feel like what the wallpaper is might be interesting and significant, but we don't get that information.
Yes, your colleagues already suggested I reboot the modem. I even tried a backup router.
She says to her conversation partner, clearly annoyed. Right, I can wait with another game. I don't really want to do that. I can scroll through my feed to kill some time, put the phone back in my pocket. Can I interact with the window? Let's get up. Put the phone back in your pocket. Stand up. Let's see what else we can interact with. Just the window,
Physical
I think.
antenna. Yes. On the roof. Yes, the roof.
Right. The relentless dirt has smudged and stained the glass. Beyond is the endless flat of the desert. Its vastness is hypnotizing. Wait, stare through the window to pass some time. Let's do that. Until she finishes the call. Beyond the empty parking lot, there's only barren desert, stretching for as far as the eye can see. Its emptiness is drawing you in. Continue. She says. You hear the receptionist mutter as if answering some unasked question of yours. And then you notice small patches of green hidden in the sand. It seems there's always something to be found in nothingness if you stare at it long enough. Contemplate this profound insight. Try to count how many tiny bushes are out there. Smudge your sweaty fingers all over the window glass. Contemplate this profound insight. Is nothingness just an illusion? Emptiness, but a result of failure to find those little somethings hiding deep inside? Continue. Is it possible to find something even inside the most hollow thing, only by observing it over and over again until something eventually appears? The possibility unsettles you, but at the same time your mind seems to lock itself down, unable or unwilling to continue. So you stay in this clinch, unwilling to discard the thought, but unable to proceed. Great. I'm enjoying this sort of 1950s montage of clocks flying at me. After a while, the window stops being interesting. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider, and you're getting restless.
What do you mean it's settled? I need the internet. Could you...
She seems to get interrupted by the person on the other end of the line. Wait, stare through the window to pass some time. Oh, this is... You're stretching my patience here, game. My patience as a... I guess if I'd chosen differently, I wouldn't be in this...
Transfer me to billing. Why would...
dilemma.
No, this isn't about payment.
Can I do anything with the desk? You still feel like you're eavesdropping on the girl's personal conversation by standing at the reception desk. Check out the leaflets. Picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering with bottles of water. Above it all, the Coral Destiny logo. Look at the other side. A picture of an endless desert. The caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottled water for the people of Rue Valley, courtesy of Coral Destiny, your favourite space agency." Okay. So a space agency is helping with the internet access of the motel, and also sponsors sort of general things in the area. Take the leaflet with you. Have I got an inventory now? Yes. Okay, thanks. Items you pick up are stored here. While not in dialogue, you can click on them to interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon. For example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. Right. So I had a... Right, leave. Let's look at this.
Hi, yes, my problem... Again? Rue Valley Motel, Coral Destiny antenna. Yes? Okay.
A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits. Yes, it's the same one. I can wait, read the leaflet to kill some time. Blocked by total lack of motivation is fold it into an airplane and send it flying. Or put the leaflet back into your pocket. Put the leaflet back into your pocket. Phone. So I can play the game. I can scroll through my feed and put the phone away. So let's let's actually use the leaflet to kill time until she finishes the call. You start to read the tiny letters that contain everything you're not interested in. Okay. It reminds you of times you forgot your phone while going to the bathroom and were forced to read blurbs from cleaning products and air fresheners. You know what? I feel like you should be able to do your business without needing to read anything. But, you know, everybody's digestive system is different. Right, I've got options. Dramatic. Oh, if I only had this masterpiece back then. I think that's sarcastic, isn't it? Patient, just read on. I can't even imagine what people had to go through before smartphones were invented. Interesting. I feel like Not only am I playing somebody who's unhelpfully depressed for a video game protagonist, I'm playing somebody a generation apart from me as well. Let's go for the dramatic, because we haven't had a chance to do a dramatic one yet. Come on, that bug spray had a very funny comic book spiraling around the can. It does sounds vaguely interesting. Impatient, just read on. Let's just read on. At Coral Destiny, we believe innovation should serve the everyday needs of the communities around us. That's why we proudly provide fresh, purified bottled water completely free of charge to residents of Rue Valley. Delivered regularly and held to the highest quality standards, our water is just one example of how we're committed to a healthier, brighter future right here on Earth. Keep reading. There's more ad lingo, but a nicely framed quote catches your eye. We're proud to share our resources with Rue Valley. Providing clean water is a small part of our mission to uplift the communities that inspire our work. Continue. Isabel Watson, Chief Executive Officer, Coral Destiny. Keep reading. We're in for it now. You struggle to find more content with at least the same level of excitement. Continue. Nevertheless, time begins to pass. Thank goodness for that. Right, hopefully this is gonna see us over the line. After a while, you realise that you've switched from reading text to just looking at pictures. The art is ugly. Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking. The lighting has changed, the clock has not.
Misheard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
Yes, yours and mine. Finally, the girl hangs up, ending the forever call.
Hi! Can I help you? I would have hung up earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
I didn't want to interrupt or impatient. Let's just get this over with, which is rude. I didn't want to interrupt. Let's go for that.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Okay, continue.
Okay, let's get you into your room.
Okay.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you. And...
Oh, something complimentary. She raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
this is your key card.
I want this key here. Can I have this key? The adventure gamer in me wants that key. Thank you. Reach toward the key card. Nod and wait for her to put it on the counter. So how does this person know who I am in the first place? Have we already interacted in some form? Let's reach toward the key card? Sure, thank you. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and excitedly waving it around.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
So I can be awkward and say keycards are great, or I can be blocked by impatient and patiently listen to her story. Keycards are great. She nods a response, but then continues as if you haven't said anything.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
I only have two options. So I can be dramatic, please, I think I'm dying, which is quite dramatic. I'll block my impatient, continue listening to her rambling, or impatient. Could we finish the check-in now, please? I'm finding there's quite a lot of dialogue options that are determined by our traits, but not a lot of generic ones, which might have been nice. I guess I'll be impatient because the dramatic one's a bit too much.
Of course, of course.
Continue. She takes a deep breath, only to continue talking.
So, yes, we decided to use electronic key cards. Costs us a lot to implement, but now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic.
Okay. I was just contemplating the implications of that. I can be dramatic in the same way again, or I can say impatiently. So, is this the part where we finish the check-in process? She nods and smiles.
How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
Yes. She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. Oh, good. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. I mean, ADHD, I get it. But after a few seconds, she puts the phone down and hands you the key card.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
Okay. Is indemnifying you against something? She puts some kind of document on the counter. Oh, I've got the document. I've got the key, sorry. My only choice is to sign the document. Okay.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Leave. Well, that was... To be honest, that felt like the most boring section of adventure game I've ever played. Let's have a look. So time has passed, so there should be nobody molesting the vending machine anymore. Let's interact with it. Do we have... Oh, hello. What? Oh. An old vending machine. Its metal shell bleached by the years. Okay. I guess the little arrow pointing to one of my inventory items is just letting me know that it's new. Let's have a look at it. A simple keycard with Rue Valley Motel and Room 6 printed on it. Let's leave this observation. Alright, I think there's nothing to do but go upstairs in the twilight. The lighting effects are really nice. I do like the art style. I think they've... no, I was trying to go onto the... Great. Amazing. Yeah, that's like a 14-year-old running up the stairs. That's not a depressed person staying at a motel with a shady therapist. Okay, the paint is peeling from the wood at the door, but number 6 is new, shiny and chrome. Room 6 key card. Unlock the door with your key card. A tiny green dot of bright light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Enter the room. Okay. Right. I'm assuming that's a bathroom. Let's just highlight everything. I can sit in a chair. I can look at a suitcase, which presumably is my suitcase. At least I hope so. Or we can interact with the sign or this door. I guess we will look at our... Let's read the sign first. A list of rules. You can't be bothered with that right now. Alright, suitcase. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. I'm assuming they do laundry. Continue. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase, the smallest one you own. Blocked by total lack of motivation, open the suitcase. I can't deal with this now. Put it away. Okay. I think I just slide it off the bed. There's plenty of room. No, I don't need to go around that way, do I? Yeah, it's such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. I mean, I agree, but the game isn't letting me do that. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Okay. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep black pit? Blocked by impatient. Alright, let's open the suitcase and just get it done already. Impatient, I can't be bothered with this right now. Put it away and fall straight into bed. I don't think that's impatience. I think that's more the total lack of motivation, to be honest. But there we go. All right, where do we put it? Well, living out of a suitcase is the surest way to feel transient. This way you can at least continue telling yourself that the therapy will be over soon. Okay. Now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. This can never be home. Dramatic, more like a prison. Blocked by dramatic, it'll do. Let's be dramatic in this moment. More like a prison. Well, now, you could describe it that way too. Okay, now it's just vanished into the ether, maybe into this wardrobe that we can't access. We're not interested in the sign. Let's have a look at the door. Maybe we can't be bothered to go to the toilet either. We can look in the mirror. We might get our mirror moment. There's a sink. We can't use a toilet or have a shower or a bath or central tap. Interesting. Toilet brush. Good to see. Toilets in games. There should be more of them. Right, is this a single unit? The sink and mirror? Yes. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. Okay. I mean, can't be called a good mirror, but it can be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. What shelf? Inside the cupboard? I cannot see a shelf. Look at the mirror. The mirror's splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. I know that face too well, known to discern every little detail. Truth be told, you prefer not to look at it. Look at the mirror again. Why? A stranger who looks exactly like you is looking you straight in the eye. Leave. Okay, I mean, again, I'm not having a great time with this. Right. Okay, so we can go to bed or sit in a chair. Let's just go to bed. What's the chair going to offer? I guess we need to find out, don't we, for the sake of investigation. This armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Fink's room. Sit down. You sit on the chair and accept its coziness. I can get up. Blocked by impatient is just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. Call Destiny leaflet and check out the leaflet. Phone, mess with your phone. Oh, so there's more option to pass time. Should we go to bed? We didn't even put any pyjamas on. Despite the tight sheets and crisp-looking pillow, the bed reeks of dust and age. Crawl into the bed, fall onto the bed. Let's crawl into it. Now animate this. Oh, you did. I mean, you crawled onto it, I suppose. It creaks and squirms as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. I mean, okay. I feel I like the character animation is really good. I thought the therapist animation looked really good as well. But yeah, a little bit of environmental animation might have sold that a bit better. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. So I've got the usual waiting options. So check out the leaflet again. It's the same stuff we had before. Read the leaflet. There was an option to... Okay, and hope sleep will come. There we go. You come back to the part where you think you stopped last time. Okay, read on and let the time pass. I mean, the passage of time seems to be a predominant part of this game so far. The small leaflet can only keep you occupied for a short while. Put the leaflet back into your pocket. Can I do it again? No, I can't. I guess I've got to mess with my phone then. I don't want to listen to that music again, so let's scroll through my feed to kill some time. I hope sleep will come. You start scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. Sure. Scrolls. I mean, I'd like to live in a world of boring news articles, to be honest. Scroll some more. In one picture, a grinning middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his newest baby. Thanks to a cleverly applied filter, both of them sport donkey ears. Scroll some more. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. Continue scrolling. Okay, I mean, if this doesn't do it, I'll... Oh, right. After a while, you realise that neither the pictures nor the posts are loading correctly. Wait a bit for it to load. That's how you fall asleep. Nope, just blank pages, outlines of generic avatars, empty text fields. Check the signal. 1 bar. But you get the feeling that if it could, it would show half a bar. Continue. Seems like all these posts were from some time ago, stashed needlessly in your phone's memory. Continue. Unless you hook up to some local Wi-Fi, you won't get much internet here. Put the phone back in your pocket. Well then, back to the phone. Can I get out of this horrible loop of trying to fall asleep? Apparently not. I can't get out of bed. I can only look at the leaflet and the phone. Alright, get ready for that game soundtrack again. I hope sleep will come. Game starts and the already familiar antagonists appear to wreak havoc on your pile of boxes. Squish them all. Okay, didn't stay for long, thank goodness. Oh, your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore to change years ago. Check who's calling. Answer the phone or put it on silent, ignore it. Check who's calling. Screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller. If it's unknown caller, let's put it on silent, ignore it. We have a total lack of motivation. Come on. You silence your phone as the mystery of the caller's identity gently teases you. Alright, let's play the game again. I hope sleep will come. Squish them all. Enough of this for now. Continue. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Oh, mind map, memories. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by clicking on it to activate it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. Understand? I mean, this sounds intriguing. Right, there's a little circle here. What's this? Chatty receptionist. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. Continue. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. Oh, so I'm just replaying the events of the day. What a pathetic attempt at acting. Or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? Chatty receptionist. Memory. The motel receptionist is a very talkative girl. Jolly good. What's this? Unexpected call. You hear a familiar sound. It's your annoying ringtone. The one you promised yourself you'd change ages ago. Put it on silent and ignore it. Now, why would anyone answer a call from an unknown number? Great. I can zoom in and out on this, which is good. Can I scroll around? Yeah. Just random words are kind of appearing in the background along with some geometric shapes. There's 2 more to go through. I mean, to be honest, I like the idea of having sort of like a mind map that can allow you to connect ideas, but I don't know why this isn't appearing. Why am I having to replay things that I've just done and that mostly involved me having to wait for things to happen to us? Why is this not filling in automatically? Come on, game. Still with me, Mr. Harrow? Of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows, he definitely must have bushy eyebrows, of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks. Continue.
Still with me, Mr. Harold?
Oh, he's down a drain. I sort of wandered off. What was that again? That wasn't what I said. I don't think that's what I said. You can't stay in the real world for 1 second, can you? At least you admit it. You have survived the first session with your it was courtside, fair enough, psychotherapist. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems he plans to keep you here for some time. Alright, well, it's nice to get some background, I suppose. What's this? So this is the person hitting the image of the young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? She's got like a name badge on, so I don't know. Ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. As Baloo once sang. Continue. Vending machine vandal. Hang on, I want to look at that. Cheeky game. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences warps into a single vision suspended between sleep and waking. Continue. Dread, angst. Sturm und Drang. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own, perched on rumpled motel sheets. Everything is packed. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. I'm ready to go home. As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap, as if the suitcase forgot to fully exhale. Then the gap widens just a little and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. It's just a faulty latch. Let's go already. Lift the suitcase or block my impatient. Better shut it tight first. Quiescence. That's a great word. It's just a faulty latch. Let's go. But the suitcase feels too alive. With a loud hiss, the seam splits and a snake's head appears, lidless eyes fixed on yours. Well, that'd be the hose, won't it? That's the hose. Then more hisses follow and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Liquid as death. Who thinks death is liquid? I mean, in some senses it can be. But I don't think that's a common poetic expression. The body's twisted to knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheets. Okay, close it, close it! You slam the lid down, the latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. It's us suppressing our inner turmoil, isn't it? It's symbolic. Number 1, I need to check out. Let's bring the suitcase along, nobody will notice. 2, I got to get rid of the suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get out of here. Yeah, sure, let's shove it under the bed. Out of sight, out of mind, as you descend the stairs, midday heat pricks your neck with sweat, and you think of everything you left inside the suitcase. Just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You enter the reception area. No one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. I can't wait here, it's too hot, is my only option. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you can just do it yourself? Yes, let's get this over with. Fill out the form. Name, date of birth, length of stay, but a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot, a puddle, a pond, spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. I need to write faster. Snatch another form and start over. I need to write faster. But the ink is faster yet, and soon it consumes everything you have written. Snatch another form and start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upward. Your sweat drips downward. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen, your throat dry. It's no use, just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault after all. Continue. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get out already. The parking lot shimmers in the heat. Asphalt soft underfoot. It was harder to say than I thought it would be. Across it, the vending machine glows like a mirage. Its glass fogged with condensation. Insert coin. Press the button. The machine hums, the light flickering, but no bottle comes out. Insert coin, press the button. You drop another coin, clink, press, hum, still nothing. Insert coin, press the button. The world narrows to the clink of metal, the press of your finger, machine's empty whir. Maybe this time it'll work. Continue. Oh, we have a diamond. The checkout. Oh, okay. Right, so this looks like we've formed a dream. And this is going to have some kind of mechanical effect. Checkout dream. You tried to leave this damned motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. It's got 1, 2, 3, 5 diamonds at the bottom and hold to recall. I don't really need to recall a dream because I just had the dream. What I really need to do is wake up and play the game. Okay, hold to recall. Not enough willpower. Right? Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory. Yet, it's an echo of my past. But it is an embodiment of my feelings. It is a prophecy. But it is an embodiment of my feelings. More like random neural activity in your brain, synapses sparking from nothing. Best forget about it. I just know it's important. It didn't feel random at all, so not really getting a choice here, just different wording. It didn't feel random at all. Could be, but are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Blocked by total lack of motivation, of course I am. Not yet. Oh, okay. I do like an abrupt audio cut. Okay, that was in the game, that wasn't in my room. Sound of a car engine and screeching tyres urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Well, thank goodness, I was having too much fun having a miserable dream to not enjoy miserable reality. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind. Oh, we're thirsty. Jolly good. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as a desert. I need to look at this tooltip first. Status effects. So good they named it twice. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point towards the impulsive side, but some other status effects have a much greater influence, and in some cases drastically change the personality you defined in character creation. Oh good, more mitigating factors. So that's good. That are out of my immediate control. So that's good. Right. So I just need to continue from that dialogue. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. I did fall asleep. Blocked by thirsty, stay in bed. Thirsty, get up and find some water. Great. Well, look, there's a tap right here, dude. Force it. If it doesn't come naturally, force it. There are so many dark patches that this can... Yeah. Thirsty, turn on the tap and drink some water. There we go. That's what we want to do. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostrils. Oh, jolly good. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. But by reckless, I changed my mind. I'm not touching that water. Hang on, are we reckless? We're awkward. Blocked by not being reckless, I suppose. Thirsty. Nowadays, everything is supposedly unhealthy. Proceed. Okay, so our only choice is to drink the water. Okay. As soon as the first drop of water enters your mouth, the taste of mud and sharp metals overwhelms you, and before you have a chance to stop, it reaches down your throat and into your stomach. Bile starts rising up with the remnants of what meagre food you ate today. Oh, this is miserable. Aim for the sink, it's the closest option. The toilet has to be the most natural place to unload the contents of your stomach. The bathtub is the largest and thus the safest target. Let's go for the toilet. Let's use that toilet. At last, that horrible, horrible taste of heavy metals and toxic soil is gone, replaced by one of stinging acid and semi-digested food. Continue. But instead of quenching your thirst, you expelled what little liquid you had inside your stomach, making you even weaker and more dehydrated. Dramatic. It may be too late for me. I'm going to die. Or thirsty. There has to be some source of drinkable water in the motel. Yes, I mean, we did read a pamphlet which was primarily about bottled water, so... Although, despite my brain saying an optimistic assumption, we should be able to find some water. Okay, let's go on. Let's continue the world's most boring adventure game and find some water. I mean, there are glasses that... Right. Alright, that was what was happening outside.
God damn it!
Oh, there's a character portrait and everything. Continue. You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Language. He might be my ticket out of here. Oh, I feel like he's going to become another resident if he can't... Oh no. He's gone. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient, a doctor thinks. He seems to be in a hurry. Dramatic. This maniac is about to kill somebody. He's probably drunk. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Continue. Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. Close. Right, there's a light on at this door. In this contract here. No. Alright, let's go down to the... We'll try the office first, and if there's no joy there, we'll try the vending machine. Although we have no cash, apparently. Or maybe the hose. You jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. Continue. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart is racing from the sudden shock. But there's nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. I could drink the rain, come on. Come on, game. Let's focus. Let's ask for water. Oh, I like that the hood is up. The receptionist's eyes are closed and you can hear music blasting from her headphones. She doesn't seem to have noticed you. Blocked by awkward is excuse me. Blocked by impatient is wait for her to open her eyes. Ring the desk bell. Which she's not going to hear. Oh, she opens her eyes and jumps away, startled by your presence.
Mr. Harrow!
Hi. Takes off her headphones.
Sorry, I didn't notice you. What can I do for you?
Didn't mean to startle you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you got my blood pumping. No worries, though. What can I do for you?
Did you hear that? That lightning strike? I'm thirsty, I can awkwardly say. Or blocked by awkward is, where can I find some water? I'm thirsty.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Don't drink the tap water.
Dramatic, you forgot. Well, let's just... No, dramatic options aren't that fun, really. You forgot, I almost died. Let's just say too late.
I'm very sorry about it.
Continue. She makes a face as if she's about to burst into tears. Oh.
You can get a bottle for free at the vending machine instead. Just press the button.
Alright, thank you, bye. Leave.
No problem, Mr. Harrow. Have a nice evening.
Bye. Leave. Okay, but I bet the vending machine's not going to work, and hence it was being kicked. Okay, can we get some water out of this hose? Thirsty. Water. It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. Is your first desperate thought, but even if the hose was on, you know you wouldn't want to drink what would come out. What came out? Ice. Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench your thirst. Truth be told, that's not a half bad idea. Dramatic, I feel there's no other option left. I mean, that'd be alright. I mean, it's not as effective, but... hang on, of course not leave. Is the therapist watching TV? Can I just stare in at his window? No, alright, let's try the vending machine. Maybe one day we'll get to go to sleep. The batter machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. Press the reddish button. I have lots of blocked options. I could have pressed a couple of keys on the pad if I weren't not reckless. I could check the label on the reddish button if I weren't reckless. I'm not reckless, guys. I'm not reckless. Or I can be I'm not reckless. I didn't choose reckless. I've got dramatic, awkward, and impatient. But apparently the game thinks I'm reckless, so I can kick the machine. Let's press the reddish button. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. Take the bottled water. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of the precious fluid. That's a sentence I want to read. Right, can we just do this? The label on the bottle reads, Coral Destiny. Blocked by reckless, drink the water like a civilized person. Reckless, gulp down the whole bottle. Okay. We'll do that. Status lost. Thirsty. Great. The almost freezing liquid streams down your throat, some of it spilling down your chin. In a gulp or two, your thirst is quenched, and the bottle is but an empty plastic husk. Continue. Right, can I go to bed now? Oh, that's another... Suddenly the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Boom, whoosh, boom. I can get away or hide. Hide? Doesn't seem like something you can get away from. But you can't hide from the whole sky on fire any better than you can from your own past. Oh dear, that's a bit on the nose, isn't it? Anxious apprehension. Oh, we've just gained the status anxious apprehension. Great. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Well, it was a good game, wasn't it? Your eyelids connect and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. Anxious apprehension. How do I stop? Anxious apprehension. How do I let go of it? How do I stop? That's easy. Simply stop being you. What kind of answer is that? Nobody can stop being themselves. What kind of answer is that? Okay, that was a distant echo of the person in reception saying, I see you're confused by this. Receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? No, I was expecting an answer. What I wasn't expecting is you. I mean, this is all... is this all a dream? I'd be more inclined to think it was if we hadn't already experienced the mechanic that was dream creation, but... no, I was expecting an answer. Let's go for that. But the receptionist disappears, and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. Blocked by anxious apprehension, open your eyes and try to calm down. Or anxious apprehension. I want this to stop. Squeeze your eyelids tighter. So, I mean, it's kind of frustrating because the game has imposed anxious apprehension on the character, right? So that's, yeah, so it's made boosts to, I didn't notice the boost to our stats there. And then we can only ever be in this circumstance, presumably, with that status, and are unable to open our eyes and try to calm down. Anxious apprehension, I want this to stop. Squeeze your eyelids tighter. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. This game is dramatic, you know? And not necessarily in the good sense. Keep red sky seeping through the cuts in your eyelids. Cuts in my eyelids. Forming a number.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Stop the carousel and focus on something else. I don't need therapy. Interesting. So, it seems like we've time looped. So, that might prove to be an important part of the game. Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Let's go for that. Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy eyebrowed psychotherapist and this court mandated therapy. Are we just thinking of it? I thought we were back because of the alarm clock. Think of something tasty, think of something interesting, think of something sexy, think of something soothing. We'll go for interesting? Yeah, we are back. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
I can say yes, sorry. Blocked by guilt-ridden. Oh, because of the anxious apprehension. Right. Oh. Yes, sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, it is. He pauses for a moment.
I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
So, a time loop is a thing. I found what we had just gone through to be not particularly exciting. I wonder how they're going to change things up to make these few hours more interesting, given that they're going to repeat the same without intervention. Lack of motivation, that's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clang from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
Continue. The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. Just nod. Say sure, or because I'm guilt-ridden, say I'm terribly sorry, my mind wandered off, could you repeat that please? I mean, that's kind of polite and engaged rather than guilt-ridden, so I'll go for that one. He smiles.
No worries, Mr. Harrow. You seem to have had enough talk for today anyway.
Yeah. He stops and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
I would say so. Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Emotional check. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. So, which one's emotion? Sensitive? Yeah, I think so. Let's see what happens. Failure. Too sensitive. I don't quite understand what's happening here. Like what I need or how it works. So I'm happy to let it slide, really. You open your mouth with the intention of convincing him that you're fine, but the stress is just too high to control and instantly overwhelms you. Cry your heart out, panic, hyperventilate, repeat. Let's cry. That could be healthy. How long is this audio going to go for? Your face wrinkles in spasm and tears burst out of your eyes suddenly, as if a pressurized canister full of ocean water has been ruptured by a stray bullet. The similes are quite
All right
something.
to let it out.
Yeah. You recognise great compassion in his voice. Well, maybe he's not as shady as he seems. Gradually, sob by sob, you calm down and your breathing slows down to its usual tempo.
There are tissues on the table if you need them.
Thank you. Wipe your tears using your sleeve. Thanks. Use a tissue. Yes, use a tissue.
Feeling a little better?
I don't know. I don't think so. He smiles.
Good.
No, he smiles. I didn't smile. He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
I can only be dramatic. That's interesting. Blocked by dramatic is not so good. Dramatic, I haven't slept in months. Blocked by dramatic, I sleep fine. Lie. What? I mean, there is more of a spectrum there, isn't there? To be honest, but I will say the only thing I can say. I haven't slept in months.
Is that so?
Continue. He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight...
Ooh, pills? Pills? He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Yeah, again with the eyebrows. Reach for the pill.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Okay. I mean, we're sliding back into shady there.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow.
Sure, continue.
All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. Get up. Oh, hello. There's a door here. I've got options. I've got options. Right, let's go have a look at this alarm clock. It's 8:04 PM. So there's no... I'm kind of intrigued now with loot back. And this seems like it's going to be the premise of the game.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
May I use it, please?
Of course.
Oh. Okay. Right, let's look. What magazines are you reading, Doc? The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention that with that décolletage, she's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title Lilith Undercover. Below, the author's name T.J. Samson. Blocked by total lack of motivation, check it out. Pff, toilet literature. Ignore it. But I needed toilet literature, apparently. A man with your eyes red from crying meets... Oh, there's rust, not blood in the sink, okay. In the bath, sorry. A man with eyes red from crying meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. What's happening to me? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. Couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed. So it seems like our character doesn't realise that we've leaped. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. But I'm confused because the point of a time loop story is usually to break out of the loop, and the loop is representative of usually some kind of inner turmoil, which seems to be what we've got here. So okay, so I can swallow the purple pill with some water, turn on the tap, or anxious apprehension, splash some water on my face to calm myself down. Let's try that. As soon as you turn on the tap, horrible, oh yes, not good water is this. How are you supposed to wash in this place if the water is soil? Horrible smell fills the room as a stream of black water flows out the old pipe. And somehow this doesn't surprise you, it's almost like you expected it to happen. Whatever, it's not like I'm going to drink it, proceed. I changed my mind, I'm not touching that water, turn off the tap. Tap lets out a sad squeal, let's leave. We can always take the pill later. Let's just go through
Refreshed
here.
yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
No. Not really.
Sorry to hear that. But you will get better with time, Mr. Hero. Trust me.
I trust you about as far as I can throw you. Thank you, leave. Let's look at this. A list of rules, you can't be bothered with that right now. Let's go see if we can speed run. So we have, we've got a more extreme version of... So we're not impulsive anymore. So I guess we've got different options in our interactions. This is the same, we're getting the same dialogue again. Yes, it's confusing me that we're not able to remember
Come on, you thief!
what happened.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Angry woman? Can we talk to angry woman? My only option with anxious apprehension is just get away from her. Interesting. Won't bother with the other exploration that we did before. We seem to have less
I
ability
understand what the text said today.
to interact with things than we had before even. So how are we going to get through this waiting session? I wonder. Continue.
Of course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead. We can't...
She pauses for a second.
Oh, hold on. I have someone on the other line.
She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
She pauses again and directs her gaze toward you. None of this happened before.
Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your crying outburst at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Smile at her. Avert your eyes. Smile, why not? She smiles back at you as she touches the button again. Continue.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later. Bye.
Okay, so circumstances have changed. She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Yes. She continues in the same breath without waiting for your answer.
Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
I can guilt-riddenly say sorry. I can say thank you. I can awkwardly say yes. I can say hello. I can just nod. I guess just nod,
All right then. Let's get you into your room.
right? Her voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you. And...
Key cards. She raises her hand holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
this is your key card.
Nod and wait for her to put it on the counter.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
She's excitedly waving the card around her head.
Well, we decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Suddenly she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
Okay. Yes, I'm exhausted.
Here.
Continue. She hands over the key card and puts some kind of document on the counter.
I'll just need your signature.
Sign the document again.
Thank you.
We've got the key card.
I'm here if you need anything.
Thanks.
Enjoy.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. But we have all done all this before. Alright, let's go upstairs. We can, I guess, take the pill in our bathroom, probably, even though the water's not good. We will unlock the door and enter like we did before. Right, I guess we'll see if there's anything we can do with our case. Open the suitcase is blocked by anxious apprehension. Anxious apprehension, why am I afraid of unpacking? Well, that's a layered question. Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside. Snakes, for example. Continue. I may be worried that by unpacking you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. Anxious apprehension, what could be inside? Anxious apprehension, they're going to keep me here forever, aren't they? What could be inside? You. Again, quite on the nose. Perhaps I could relax a bit in the armchair instead. Leave. All right, so we can't even do bed. Let's take a pill. Swallow the purple pill with some water. Turn on the tap. Hopefully they'll just let me do that. Turn the tap, and as expected, a horrible smell fills the room as a stream of black water flows out of the old pipe. Swallowing the pill dry sounds like a far less disgusting task than putting even a drop of that tap liquid inside your body. Blocked by total lack of motivation, well, I could go down again and get something to drink at the vending machine. Force the pill down your throat. I have to think about this. Force the pill down your throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. Continue. You have no idea how long it will take until its effects key in, so there's nothing to do but wait. Leave. Well, I could have picked up a leaflet, couldn't I? It's probably not too late for that. Let's sit down in the armchair. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want is to sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. So, because of anxious apprehension, I can stare at my suitcase because I'm not impatient. Just close my eyes and hope sleep will come. Phone, mess with your phone. Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. Oh, possibly it will. This is a weird game. I mean, this animation is too long, isn't it? Oh, the ring. Let's answer the phone. It's going to be us, isn't it, from the future or the past or another timeline?
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Oh, it's not. Continue. The line crackles heavily as if the man is speaking from the distant past. That's me. Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy?
Ulterior, Mr. Harrow, with an umlaut. And please don't let the name fool you. We are the most respectable yet cutting-edge agency, which means we work on the edge of, but still inside, the established legal framework. In fact, we are the leader in our field.
Which is?
Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
I mean, this is very dodgy. I'm not going to say that ask them if they are referring to my psychotherapy here in Rue Valley, because that both gives away my location and my current situation. I can say thank you, but I'm not interested in your services at the moment.
Of course, of course. I'll assume you have nothing against my calling again later just to make sure you haven't changed your mind. I'll write that down here.
Continue.
Eugene, Mr. Harrow, it was a pleasure. Talk to you soon. Tschüss.
Shoosh. Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. But at least now you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. Very strange. Let's close my eyes again and watch that lengthy animation. Alright, I felt like we might drift off to sleep this time because of our anxiety. Kind of waiting for the game to drop the other shoe, really, and let me know what's actually going to happen here. As your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. Am I going to have to go through the memories again? For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence. But your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Yup. Okay, well, there's more. Oh, the ones that were there before are still there, but it's updated the unexpected core to say you received a phone call from Percy Rugger, senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. There's this yellow thing. Oh, suddenly the night sky turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Hide. But you can't hide from the whole sky being on fire any better than you can from your own past. Nothing happened afterwards, and suddenly everything happened again. Yeah, that's the correct realization. Everything again, but nothing after. Right. Okay, yeah, sure. There's this little thing here. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart is racing from the sudden shock. So that's memory. The loudest peal of thunder you've ever heard rings out as lightning strikes the motel. I mean, it would ring out after, but never mind. Oh yes, the reckless driver. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Right, careless driver. You saw a strange man entering a car and carelessly driving away. When did this happen? Yesterday. This evening, but later. Okay, are we going to come to a realization now? The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some sort of weird deja vu? The memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Well, they did. Have you actually gone completely mad, and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel, and the night sky turns red? Mind map. Intentions. The combination of several specific memories can create an idea. With enough inspirational willpower points, where do they turn up? You can turn that idea into an intention. Intention opens new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. Yep, great. That's depressing. Right. Okay, well, so it's automatically showing me that there's something that can be correlated between these. But if the careless driver really does oh yeah, close. Right, so let's have a look at this. Memory or fantasy? Intention. How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Hold to commit. Oh, that only has one diamond, and I don't have enough willpower. How do you get willpower? Where does that appear? You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it all is but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yes, you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. Okay. That's... my only option is to stay in the armchair forever. Blocked by total lack of motivation to snap out of this nauseating apathy and get up. Stay in the armchair forever. Or at least let's sleep. Can we sleep? Was that not sleep? I guess we didn't dream. Are we going to be thirsty again? We're likely to be thirsty again. Right. Anxious apprehension, stare at your suitcase. Close your eyes again. Oh, this is very tedious. Stare at the suitcase. What a pitiful inert object. It's full of my stuff. Stuff, clothes, phone charger, toothbrush. Might as well be empty. But it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Close your eyes again. Is this going to work? But gradually your thoughts begin to slow down, your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. Dramatic, no turmoil. Guilt-ridden, no remorse. No pressure. Awkward, no embarrassment. No pressure. There you go. Status lost, anxious apprehension. Oh, okay. Until the world blows up again. Was it the purple pill? Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Is that the phone ringing again? Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. Thither and yon. Is the world just going to explode and we'll end up in the... Okay, we managed to successfully sleep and then reset our stats. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside you. Continue. Must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. The sound of the loudest thunder jerks you out of your slumber. This speck of... It's lost. Oh, we lost that. Okay, well now the game's inspiration gained. Now I feel like the game's actually starting to happen. Inspirations. Inspiration points are small sparks of inspiration that you can use to motivate ideas and turn them into intentions. Be aware that when you spend inspiration points, they're gone for good. Okay, gotcha. I think I know what's happening here. The speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling. As you finally recognise what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. Okay. Right, so if we look at this, we can go to our memory palace. We can hold to commit to this one spark idea that maybe all this happened before. We now have an intention. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Get up. Active intentions. Here you can see your active intentions. What are you to? Where part of the screen? Oh, there. Select hover over them to see more details about how to complete them. Clicking on an intention will open the mind map with that intention in focus. I understand. Alright, I'm going to save here. Okay, so now we have some form of motivation back. Let's try and do all the things that we weren't motivated to do before. What can we interact with? Yeah. Can we read the rules? No time to read this, you need to figure out what's really going on. Nice change of obstruction there. But can we unpack the case? Somehow the suitcase seems less important now. I don't know. I think that the suitcase might be the central metaphor, you know? Okay. Well, you can't blame me for trying, right? Okay. The rain has slackened off and you see nothing out of ordinary. Nothing you could put your finger on. Cool. I do kind of, for me, the screen placement of this text is perhaps too high and too off to one side. I'd be more likely to read it on the right hand side actually, that would catch my eye more. If the careless driver visited the motel, he is surely left already while you were sleeping. Yet, as you exit the room, the hair rises on the back of your neck and an eerie sensation takes hold of you. Investigate strange occurrences is my... Oh, okay, there's a little blurb for my intention. Memory or fantasy. The loudest of thunders happened as you foresaw. So, are the other strange visions real too? Did the careless driver visit the motel while you were sleeping? Will the sky really turn red? So that can encourage us to glance toward the parking lot. Station updated, investigate strange occurrences. As you stare at the reflections on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. That's right. Okay, so we're thinking that... I mean, that's less dramatically interesting than it just happening and us being able to see it. There's a big motel sign up there I didn't notice before. There's no vacancies. Oh, what's... Oh, I thought a pigeon had invaded my room, but that was the muffled sounds of something going on. What's over here? Or is it the... Oh, it's the bus stop sign. That's fine. You know what? What I need more than anything else right now is a leaflet, so I'll just pop in and we'll get one of those. Could we ask... We could ask this person, right? Whose name I've already forgotten. I don't know if we might not know this person's name, actually. Blocked by awkward, grab the cheap-looking pen. Interesting. Take the leaflet with you. There you go. You put the leaflet back into your back pocket. Leaflet. Right. Wow, why is... Interesting. The driving piano music is a lot louder than the dialogue for some reason. Can we settings this? Character line jitter. Oh, that's good. Audio. Here we go. Voiceover volume. Ambient volume. Let's turn that down. Music volume. Mute when focus is lost. I'm not quite sure what that means. Let's save that. Let's see if that makes a difference. Save. Back. No, I was trying to click save. Did we do it? Oh, we did. Okay. Back. Right. Let's see if that makes a difference. Leave. Oh. We can't... Oh, that's a bit cheap, isn't it? Alright, that's a bit cheap. Alright, let's investigate by not talking to people. Right, as you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. The telltale sign of a tail light disruption. Investigate strange occurrences. Inspect the transformer. The transformer doesn't show any obvious signs of the impact. Investigate strange occurrences. Look at the shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. Continue. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. I've never said asphalt so many times. Investigate strange occurrences. Inspect the largest shard. This shard is obviously part of a broken taillight. Taillight looks very strange written out like that. This means he's been here already. There's no other option. I knew I would find something here, and I did. I wonder if you get this narration if you weren't dramatic. So it has to be true. Continue. Does that mean the end of the world's happening already? Oh yeah. And then before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. Continue. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Yeah, I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Fuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. Wow, so only 47 in-game minutes pass between the start of the loop and the end. Okay, from now on you will have the exact time displayed here. So now you give me a clock. Why didn't I have this to start with? With all that wasting time we had to do. Come on, game. Pay attention to it because in Rue Valley situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change and they might act differently at different times. But obviously with it's a time loop you can kind of get to know that. You can Majora's Mask it. Okay, cool. Okay. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present. Everything happened again. Memory and fantasy. The last, oh, okay. That seems the same description there. Okay, continue.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
I can just nod, say yes, you have my full attention, lie, or wait, don't answer him. Wait, don't answer him? He's only trying to confuse you, to make you forget. Continue.
Mr. Harrell, can you hear me?
Continue. And you need to remember. To remember? I was daydreaming, or I don't want to remember. To remember? Yes, there's something very important. So, yeah, there's a chance of remembering, but it's not inbuilt. So that's another struggle. A muffled sound of metallic clang from the outside interrupts your train of thought. Continue. And suddenly, an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally that of yourself standing in front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. Oh, okay. So we look at everything happened again. Hold to wrap up. Okay. Oh, so this is like a concluded investigation. Intention, rather. The loudest thunderclaps happened as you foresaw. You've found several red plastic shards by the power transformer where the careless driver smashed his rear light, and then the sky turned red again. Hold to wrap up. Intention completed. You're in a time loop! If you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental fog dissipates and the two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. You're in a time loop. Memory. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over. Okay, cool. And we got a point of... I've forgot the word already. Whatever this is, we've got a point of that. Dr. Fink's voice pulls you back to the old motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrell. Would you care to elaborate?
Would I? Oh, what's happening? Is this the end of the demo? Is that why I faded out? Yes, it is. Interesting. Alright, I wasn't sure how long it would go on for. I thought maybe the 2 days. And I was correct. That's kind of an interesting point to leave it, but it would have been nice to see the game open out more, because the majority of what we've seen was waiting around and repeating things that we'd already done. How do I feel about Rue Valley? From what I've seen here, I don't think it's really for me. I think it's interesting in comparison to Disco Elysium, in that it seems to have taken quite a lot of the things that I didn't like about that game and exacerbated them for the most part. But I think an interesting thing that does distinguish it is that it has gone more of a traditional RPG route, and it's separated out the stats from the narration. in a significant way, because in Disco Elysium the narration is primarily driven, it's quite lengthy, probably driven by kind of like a cascade of interactions between components of your consciousness, essentially your human consciousness, which are all governed by stats. I mean, to that end, it's very wordy. It is quite witty. I think there's, by comparison, Rue Valley doesn't come off very well in terms of the quality of its writing, I don't think. I mean, it's serviceable, for sure, but it doesn't really have, it's not really displaying any of the wit and insight that make Disco Elysium as compelling as it is. So that's, I guess, not really serving Rue Valley especially well in this example anyway. But yeah, interesting that they're still concentrating on like stats that relate to personality rather than like any physical attributes, which is interesting. I'm not really keen on the implementation of it though, because you end up with very binary options, especially when you're constrained by some of the other statuses as well. So you either get like, if you're an impulsive person, you either get an impulsive option or a non-impulsive option. You don't necessarily get both. But there's not really like a spectrum of actions that you can take, and leaning into your personality is more easy than trying to go against it, which to my mind, if I was trying to model human experience with any kind of verisimilitude, and if I was trying to make a kind of a more flexible and hopefully fulfilling gameplay experience, I'd probably go towards having a way to have a spectrum of results. I mean, rather than having kind of a binary choice between either you can do this thing or you can't do this thing, depending on what category your status fall into. How about having all the options there, but doing something that is a real stretch for your personality model, costs you a resource. So what if you've got, say, a pool of energy points? Being impulsive, taking the impulsive action doesn't cost you anything. Trying to be patient costs you X amount of energy. You've got a set amount of energy for the day. You need to rest to recharge your energy. So there will be a limited number of times that you can employ your energy to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. And that leads to you making choices about like what is important to stretch yourself on, and what do you let lapse kind of into your default way of being. And then maybe that leads to some kind of progress where you can change the shape of your personality, if it were, described as a shape. Something like that, I think, would serve the themes that I think this game is trying to tackle a little better. I think a bit more plasticity in the description of your personality, I think, would serve this a bit better. Because I think that's ultimately where we're trying to get to, but it's very hidebound at the moment in this realm. I mean, it's definitely, I'd say so. In terms of the things that I don't like about Disco Elysium that are evident in Rue Valley, I'd say it's being governed by stats over being able to make choices as a player. So I think it implements it slightly differently to Disco Elysium, where often you get kind of a cascade of sort of passive checks in the background that you're not even aware of, kind of lead your character down a certain route based on kind of where they are statistically. This one, you just got very stark binary choices in terms of the interactions you can have. I really don't like the having to interact with things for time to pass. I understand there needs to be a mechanic for the passage of time. If things are going to happen to a set period, set routine, which in terms of Disco Elysium is that certain events trigger at certain times throughout kind of a short span of days. You need a day and night cycle. And then this, obviously, time is important because you've got a 47-minute loop that you're repeating. So a way to track time. I mean, it'd be interesting to do it in real time, possibly with 47 minutes here. I don't know. I don't know if that would actually work. But yeah, so that really rubs me up the wrong way that Rue Valley took the, I guess, bold choice to make the first significant section of its game and its demo that where you're playing a protagonist who isn't motivated to do anything, and therefore their interactions with the world around them are very limited. I mean, there's no meaningful interaction between characters really. We don't get to see any of the therapy session. That using the therapy session as a form of character creation could have been a good idea. So it's kind of like, I mean, there's nothing appealing in terms of character interaction here to really build on. In terms of locations as well, you've got like a very limited motel setting with a few rooms and a few residents, presumably. There are a few lights on at night. So there's the potential for some interaction there. But and I guess with the introduction of a car, there's potentially you could get out of the situation and end up somewhere else within those 47 minutes. There's a limit to that, obviously, but there's potential there for it to sort of expand geographically and in terms of texture and character. I suppose I'm left wondering really, like, with what's presented here, would I have gotten better if this had fewer mechanics, if this was kind of just an adventure game where you're a character facing a lack of motivation who's kind of trying to interact with the world through limited means because of that emotional state that they're in. That might be more interesting, because then you can kind of be like a scuzzy adventure game protagonist who's digging through bins and picking stuff up off the ground, and kind of passively aggressively working your way around people. And to be honest, I just missed like having some interesting interactions with characters, like not being able to have any kind of significant back and forth with like the receptionist, who's the character you spend probably the most time around in this demo. Like that could have been a quirkier character, and I mean it could have brought more out of our character having to interact with them. I don't know. I mean I'm not really encouraged to find out more, but maybe I will watch some other Let's Plays of it now it's out, at least to a small extent, to see if it kind of opens up into something more intriguing than it currently is for me. But let me know what you think, because the game is out and you might well have played it yourself. Let me know what you think of Rue Valley, and I'm sure I'll be back soon, probably if I've organised myself correctly, with some more videos of Disco Elysium like games that I'm still intrigued by. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.